within the next kilometre
We'll see.
or so.
5 kilometres to go, or 3 miles to the finish. Slightly out on our GPS, but that ball will be in a very accurate position. It's measured, and so Cadel Evans is just 5 kilometres less now, 4.5. He just goes through these corners. This is the Cadel Evans who used to be the best mountain bike cyclist in the world, and after the 2000 Olympics in Sydney, he became the best road racing cyclist in the world.
Well, the way this could unfold right now is if that group, the next group on the road, catches the chasing group here of Richie Porte and Simon Gerrans, there'll be a slight slowing down once they make the regrouping, and then all of a sudden that gives the advantage to Cadel Evans at the front of the bike race, and he can conserve that little bit more of his advantage. Race Radio is currently telling me that it's a 25-second gap between Cadel Evans, the man we're looking at here, and the two chasers.
That is absolutely incredible. Going downhill, 4 kilometres to go now as he continues onwards towards the finish. He's pulling out a gap of 25 seconds. 3 Australians showing their back wheels to some of the best cyclists in the world, and all racing in a very incestuous competition here. And Port's going to kick, and Simon Gerrans will have seen him. He's got to take him. Well, 17 seconds by my watch at 4 kilometres to go.
Well, I tell you what, the big advantage Richie Porte has got is his own teammate, Geraint Thomas, is in the group behind. Geraint Thomas won't do anything at all to help chase that down. There is the visual gap that we're looking at. That is a big, big gap as we're inside of 4 kilometres, 2.5 miles of racing to go down towards the finish. They're going to have to do something very special if they want to catch a man who is riding like the wind.
They are having to go like lightning then, because he has opened up a big gap from the top of the climb. He's put another 5 seconds between himself and the chasers. Richie Porte and Simon Gerrans, they need to fully cooperate.
A 56-second kilometre, because that was 3 kilometres to go. We just passed on the side of the road, but I think the gap is about 18 seconds.
They're just about to catch the two chasers, and that could give the big advantage to Cadel Evans, because when you've got a big group like this, nobody wants to do the pacemaking. Who's going to do the pacemaking?
I've seen Simon Clark in the group from Orica-GreenEdge. He will go straight to the front for Simon Gerrans and try and close down this gap. If there's anybody else in that group who's serious about the overall, they will help as well. But it looks like it's probably up to Gerrans, and I think that's possibly maybe Daryl Impey in the group there, who's about number 15, who's about to go to the front of the group.
There's Daryl Impey who's come across, and Geraint Thomas is here, the winner, number 63 of last year's stage, into the finish, the very same finish we're heading to now. And Adam Hansen has done good to hang on to the back here in that green spotted jersey. There's plenty of people to chase now. 54.5 kilometres is the average speed. Impey wants to help, but he's looking forward to where Gerrans is at the moment.
I think this is the moment it's just broken down. Impey's gone to the front. Nobody has followed the wheel. It's going to stall again, and Cadel's going to open up a few more seconds. 1.8 kilometres to go. The bird has flown, Phil. They are no longer going to take Cadel Evans back. But the question is, how much is he going to win by? Win bonus on the finish line, plus his gap. We've seen a big change in this Tour Down Under.
Well, look at his face, and now you see the difference of a team, because 2 BMC boys trying to break up the rhythm at the back. We're onto the flat roads now. We're shortly dead straight into the finishing line here in Montecucci Road, as now it is the man who won the Tour de France for Australia, the man who won the World Championship. This is the Cadel Evans, full of determination and determined to rip that ochre jersey off the shoulders of Simon Gerrans.
And with every pedal stroke, he's just taking that jersey off him just a little bit more. They may have closed the gap by a second or two, but they're not going to get close to him for this stage. I mean, what a fantastic ride. Like we said, over the top of that climb, pulled the big chainring, has not eased off one little bit all the way down. He's giving it absolutely everything he's got. He knows this is what's going to win him the Tour Down Under.
Well, he's got the Battle of Bolunga Hill, but his plan today was simple. Ride them off his wheel and race down to the finish. He's done just that. Into Campbelltown. In the distance, you can see him. They've closed in a little bit of the gap, I think, but for Cadel Evans now, he's going to do the two-arm salute here. A great victory in the Tour Down Under for him. Then the clock will start. He's 13 seconds behind overnight. He gets a 10-second win bonus. That could be reduced, though, if Gerrans can take second place. So he's got to get a reasonable gap between. But one thing is for sure now, because this group is closing in, and one thing can be sure, this race This is going to be very, very tight at the top tonight. 150 metres, 50 metres. Give this man a round of applause. What a tremendous ride. Cadell Evans hits the line. He's done all he could do to win the stage. Has he done enough now to take the ochre jersey? And I think he has. Just looking out, there's Adam Hansen going, Rowan Dennis on the line, but over it was Nathan Haas, Diego Ulysses. Gerrans only in 5th place on the day, no bonus for him. So Ulysses gets a bonus.